presented with well-intentioned self-help programs, as if a set of prescribed tactics works for all. For most of us, however, change isn't a follow-the-instructions sort of thing. That's because there are no simple answers to personal change. As we've learned from over a century of psychotherapeutic thought, change isn't as superficial as doing what an expert tells you to do or learning new skills. True self-help is just that. Helping yourself. It's an act of personal leadership and direction. It certainly requires that you consider advice and contemplate the ideas of others. But being a sheep, following the newest advice as if it will magically spur your change, is not engaging in self-help. Instead, truly helping yourself requires that you courageously grasp the shepherd's crook in your own fist on your own journey. In fact, of all the behaviors you engage in life, changing is the one that most brings you face to face with your sole responsibility to make your life work. That's why change isn't easy or simple. As you forge your own path, changing is often strenuous and can leave you vulnerable. The act of even attempting change makes you repeatedly and uncomfortably aware that the success and failure of your actions belongs to no one but yourself. There's wisdom in that old joke, how many therapists does it take to change a light bulb? One, but the light bulb has to want to change. No matter how many experts you follow, how many therapists and counselors you see, or how many friends and relatives support you, you are alone and responsible for the change you make. Aloneness. Responsibility. These aren't words we necessarily embrace with gusto, and they are hardly a match for books and talk show interviews guaranteeing that success is a matter of easy steps toward a thinner, more blissful, more powerful you, even if, deep down, you know those guarantees are empty promises. Instead, our responsibility to and for ourselves is at the very core of all personal change. That makes change difficult, never easy. As you walk toward change, you also walk toward feelings and experiences most of us try to avoid, profound adult things like the anxiety stirred by realizing you are the master of your own fate, and away from feelings and experiences that we typically find attractive, like comfort, a sense of certainty, the shirking of responsibility, the blaming of others, and the painlessness of a numbing routine. The kind but misguided suggestions of your friends and relatives and the easy step-by-step how-to instructions of experts typically ignore the fact that there are very real, very powerful forces holding you back from changing. These forces don't represent some weakness or laziness in you, but are central struggles we all deal with all the time. And here's the clincher. That force within us that's happy to maintain the status quo usually wins the battle more often than does change. That's why we often don't change, despite our longings to do so and all the evidence that we should. Consider drug and alcohol abuse. Today, addiction treatment in the United States is a $35 billion industry, with over 1 million active members of Alcoholics Anonymous. Yet only a third of people with an addictive habit kick it successfully. Let's look at exercise. We spend more than $30 billion annually on whipping ourselves into shape, but 73% of us do not reach our fitness goals. The weight loss industry rakes in $66 billion a year, while 69% of us quit our diets. And those brave souls who stay loyal to kale and quinoa? 8 out of 10 of them end up regaining whatever weight they lost. New Year's resolutions? 93% of people who make them break them. The pull to stay the same doesn't just keep you from achieving those big wellness and behavioral goals, like more exercise, dieting, or breaking a dangerous habit, or deeper personal goals involving your growth as a human being, such as greater fulfillment in your work and love life, or even your pursuit of greater meaning and purpose. That pull is also present in the very minutiae of your life. How many times have you told yourself you need to turn off Hulu and read more, pay more attention to your kids, order less takeout, or put the dishes in the dishwasher and not the sink? And how many times have you stuck to these new changes for a week or two, only to find yourself back to square one? I place my